the global food industry has been jolted by a move no one saw coming. Tyson Foods, a titan of American protein, has slammed the doors shut on 5 of its US processing plants. The shockwaves are immediate and far-reaching. Every link in the supply chain is rattled, and the world is left asking, what happens next? Tyson's decision isn't just a business maneuver, it's a seismic event. For decades, Tyson has been the backbone of American meat production. Now, the sight of locked gates and workers streaming out for the last time is a stark, unsettling image. The message is clear. Even giants can fall, and when they do, the tremors are felt everywhere. The fallout is swift and severe. Thousands of workers are suddenly jobless, local economies are thrown into chaos, and the price of meat and protein products is poised to spike. The once bustling production lines now stand silent, a chilling symbol of disruption that extends far beyond Tyson's walls. The modern food supply chain is a fragile, intricate web. Tyson's abrupt shutdown doesn't just cripple US production, it sends shockwaves across the globe. International partners scramble to reroute shipments, and the world is reminded just how vulnerable our food systems truly are. Countries dependent on US food exports are on high alert. Emergency meetings are called. Trade officials pore over data, and business leaders brace for market volatility. The uncertainty is palpable, and the stakes, food security, economic stability, couldn't be higher. But as the US reels, a new player steps into the spotlight. Canada, with its robust food processing sector and strong export infrastructure, is moving fast. Canadian executives are already mapping out expansion plans, eyeing the void left by Tyson's retreat. For Canada, this is more than a challenge. It's a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Across North America, competitors are scrambling to adapt. But it's Canada that's seizing the moment, investing in new facilities, forging partnerships, and positioning itself as the next powerhouse in protein supply. The race is on, and the world is watching. The fragility of our food systems is now on full display. Empty grocery shelves and disrupted distribution networks are stark reminders that a single corporate decision can send shockwaves around the globe. The question is, who will step up to restore stability? The human cost is devastating. Small towns built around Tyson's plants now face economic ruin. Local businesses teeter on the edge, families gather in anxious meetings, and entire communities are left searching for answers and hope. The disruption ripples through every layer of the North American protein supply chain. Distributors scramble, retailers hunt for new suppliers, and consumers brace for higher prices and empty shelves. The entire system is being tested. This is more than a supply issue. It's a crisis of livelihoods and resilience. Families worry about their next paycheck, and small towns face the specter of long-term decline. The shock of Tyson's closure is a wake-up call for everyone. In the aftermath, tough questions are being asked. How did it come to this? What responsibility do corporations have to their workers, their communities, and the global food system? The answers will shape the industry for years to come. In this series, we'll dig deep, uncovering the real reasons behind Tyson's shocking move and hearing directly from the workers whose lives have been upended. Their voices reveal the true cost of corporate decisions. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the global food landscape has changed forever. Tyson's shock closure has opened the door for Canada to rise. The world is watching. Who will adapt? Who will lead? And how will this seismic shift redefine the future of food? To truly grasp the impact of these recent plant closures, it's important to look back and understand the remarkable journey of Tyson Foods, a company that has shaped not only the American food industry, but also the way the world thinks about protein. Tyson Foods' story is one of resilience, innovation, and transformation. Over the decades, the company has evolved from a small, family-run business into a global powerhouse, adapting to changing times and consumer demands. It all began during the depths of the Great Depression, when John W. Tyson saw an opportunity in the poultry business. Starting with humble chicken deliveries in rural Arkansas, he laid the foundation for what would become a global empire. His vision and determination helped Tyson Foods survive tough economic times and set the stage for future growth. Through a series of strategic acquisitions and a relentless focus on efficiency, Tyson Foods revolutionized the way chicken was produced and consumed, making it a staple protein on American dinner tables. Their innovations in processing and distribution helped lower costs and increase accessibility for millions. Under the leadership of Don Tyson, John's son, the company expanded beyond poultry, moving aggressively into beef and pork. This diversification not only solidified Tyson's dominance in the protein industry, but also allowed it to weather market fluctuations and changing consumer preferences. Tyson Foods became a pioneer in vertical integration, controlling every step of the production process, from raising animals to processing, packaging, and distribution. This approach gave Tyson significant market power and the ability to respond quickly to industry challenges. However, Tyson's rapid rise was not without controversy. The company has faced ongoing scrutiny over its labor practices, working conditions in its plants, and the environmental impact of its large-scale operations. These issues have sparked protests and drawn attention from regulators and activists alike. Contract growers and animal welfare groups have long voiced concerns about Tyson's business model, arguing that it puts pressure on small farmers and raises questions about animal treatment. These debates continue to shape public perception of the company. Despite these challenges, Tyson Foods has consistently demonstrated an ability to adapt to shifting market conditions. The company's leadership has made tough decisions to ensure long-term profitability, often acting swiftly in the face of economic uncertainty. The recent closures of several processing plants are just the latest example of Tyson's strategic responses to protect its bottom line. These moves, while difficult for affected communities, reflect a broader history of making bold choices to stay competitive. As Tyson Foods continues to navigate the volatile global food market, these decisions mark another chapter in its ongoing story, a story defined by resilience, adaptation, and a relentless drive to remain at the forefront of the world's food supply. On August 7, 2023, Tyson Foods, one of the largest meat producers in the United States, made a stunning announcement that sent shockwaves through the food industry and the communities it serves. The company revealed plans to close 4 of its US chicken processing facilities, a move that would have far-reaching consequences for thousands of workers and their families. The affected plants, located in Arkansas, Indiana, and Missouri, are set to shut down in carefully planned phases over the coming months. Nearly 3,000 employees will be directly impacted by these closures, many of whom have spent years, even decades, working at these facilities. For these workers, the news came as a devastating blow, upending their livelihoods and casting uncertainty over their futures. The largest of the 4 facilities, situated in the small town of Noel, Missouri, has long been the economic backbone of the community. Its closure is expected to ripple through the local economy, affecting not just plant workers, but also small businesses, schools, and service providers who rely on Tyson's presence. Tyson Foods CEO Donnie King addressed the public, explaining that the decision was a necessary step to optimize operations in response to declining consumer demand for chicken and rising production costs. He emphasized that the closures were part of a broader strategy to ensure the company's long-term competitiveness, but acknowledged the hardship it would cause for employees and their families. In a further development, Tyson later added a 5th facility to the closure list, a pork processing plant in Florida. This expansion of the shutdowns underscored the scale of the company's restructuring efforts and heightened concerns among workers in other locations. For the thousands of workers affected, the closures mean not only the loss of steady employment, but also the challenge of finding new jobs in areas where opportunities are scarce. Many feel a deep sense of betrayal, having dedicated years of service to the company, only to be left facing an uncertain future. Tyson has offered severance packages and relocation assistance to help ease the transition. But for many families, the prospect of uprooting their lives is daunting. Deeply rooted in their communities, they now face difficult choices about whether to move away or try to rebuild locally. The closures have brought economic hardship and a sense of uncertainty to thousands of American families. As local businesses struggle and communities grapple with the loss, the true impact of Tyson's decision is only beginning to unfold, leaving many to wonder what the future holds. Beyond corporate decisions, the closures deeply impact workers and communities. Many employees built their lives around Tyson, now facing shattered security. In small towns, Tyson was the economic engine, supporting local businesses and services. The closures threatened social cohesion, especially for immigrant and refugee workers. Community leaders scrambled to attract new industries and support displaced workers. Replacing a major employer like Tyson is a daunting challenge. The human cost will be felt for years as families and communities rebuild. The plant closures ripple through the North American food supply chain. Farmers supplying Tyson face a sudden loss of their primary buyer. This creates a bottleneck, risking oversupply and price drops for producers. Reduced processing capacity could lead to higher consumer prices. Ancillary businesses, like trucking and logistics, also suffer significant losses. The closures strain the economic ecosystem around these plants. The US may become more reliant on meat imports, affecting its global trade position. This disruption reshapes the competitive landscape, prompting a re-evaluation of food strategies. Canada's food producers see opportunity in the Tyson closures. With a reputation for quality, Canada can fill supply gaps in the North American market. Canadian facilities may process more meat for the US, boosting jobs and investments. The government and industry must streamline trade and promote Canadian products. This moment strengthens North American food security and resilience. A robust Canadian component benefits both countries, diversifying meat processing sources. The closures and potential Canadian imports enter the political arena. US politicians may push for local job protection and trade balance scrutiny. The USMCA will be central to discussions, with potential trade disputes looming. Canadian diplomacy must emphasize partnership and market stabilization. This situation tests the resilience of North American trade agreements. The political response will shape future trade dynamics and cooperation. Experts see the closures as part of a trend toward industry consolidation. Companies focus on efficiency amid volatile prices and labor shortages. Automation and technology define the future of meat production. This shift raises employment concerns, requiring workforce training. Diversification in processing is crucial for a resilient supply chain. Global competition intensifies, with countries like Brazil and Australia eyeing market share. The Tyson closures remind us of the evolving global food system. The Tyson closures mark a transformative moment in the food industry. For affected workers, the future is uncertain, requiring resilience and support. Canada's producers have a chance to expand in the US market. This opportunity must be navigated diplomatically to avoid trade tensions. The event highlights the need for a diversified, resilient food system. The future involves automation, regional systems, and global competition. The challenge is to manage this transition, supporting those affected, and building a stronger food future. The conversation on the future of food is just beginning, impacting us all.